So in 2007, my son Johan became quite ill. We rushed him off to the emergency room in Trinidad. I really was nervous about it because I had lost my daughter, Chelsea, to heart condition. We had made all the possible checks we could do to make sure that they didn't have the same issues that she passed away from, and nothing was found. So at this point, I'm confused as to why he's so ill. They discovered that he had a swollen heart. I can't lose my son. I'm going to find the best help for him. I had heard about New-York-Presbyterian Hospital. They were rated as the top hospital in New York City. I closed my business, told everyone I'll be back in 3 months. I'm going to have them tested and get the right medication for them and bring them back home to Trinidad. Second week here in New York City, and Johan just reverted to illness beyond my understanding.
He necessitated being admitted to the hospital and listed for transplant.
We review all the new candidates for heart transplantation in a multidisciplinary conference that has surgeons and cardiologists, social workers, allied disciplines, psychiatry. It was sort of an unusual circumstance where we were presenting two twins who both had cardiomyopathy, one more significant than the other. And we see a lot of things. I think it's probably the first time we've seen something like that before.
Not one of my sons, but both of my sons were in heart failure. And he said to me clearly, "Mom, if you want these boys to live, you cannot leave. I have one suitcase and finances to help me out for 3 months. I'm staying at someone's house. I have nowhere to live here."
Johan got so sick, he needed to go on a biventricular assist device.
It was pretty unusual to put that kind of device in a child of his size. It was certainly innovative at the time.
His life was now supported by this machine, a miracle in itself because it gave him time to rest while he waited.
Fortunately, it was only a few days that he needed to be on that, and we were able to find a heart for him.
I don't think he would have survived a transplant without that.
We all felt very good about that whole situation, but meanwhile Tariq was starting to get sicker and needed to be listed for transplant shortly after Thanksgiving of that year.
I became homeless. It was at that point Dr. Adonisio went beyond what I deemed her duty as their cardiologist.
It takes a village to care for these patients because everyone in the hospital helped in terms of this family. And Tariq did not find a donor very soon, and the family had to spend 3 months in the hospital waiting for a heart donor as Tariq got sicker and sicker. Tariq got his heart in March on St. Patrick's Day of the following year, and unfortunately had a very stormy post-operative course where he had lots of rejection early, had multiple cardiac arrests, but came through it all.
With my relative?
Almost 6 years later, and we're still here, and it's all because of all the love that was shown by the team that provided care for my sons and continues to provide care for my sons.
What we see now are two completely normal boys who do everything they want to do.
They're very special individuals, and they need to have a medical team follow them continuously because they're growing so much.
And every time we go into the office, all the doctors are always happy to see us. They always say, "It's Johan and Tariq, they're back." Hi.
There are procedures they undergo periodically every few months, like a biopsy. They'll come in, they'll have their procedure to see if there's any evidence of rejection.
Is that as wide as you can open? Say ah.
They like to be in the same room, so we'll pay attention to one child and then focus so that we'll know what one child needs versus the other.
Am I gonna get another heart transplant?
Well, you don't need another heart transplant.
Okay.
All right, your heart's doing great. It's nice and strong.
Okay.
Her courage to go through this not once but twice, overlapping, sometimes simultaneous, it's astonishing, really. She's an amazing woman whose real strength and love and support, I think, has gotten these two boys through quite a bit.
Some of the most amazing moments of my life have been experienced in York-Presbyterian Hospital.
They treat me like I'm at home.
So much fun to see them healthy and playing and listening to all the normal things that they get to do now that they are not here in the hospital.
This is why you do it. You do it so that they can beat you in Wii tennis. I mean, it's a great, great moment. And also great for them to go back to school. I mean, it's just great to see them doing well, so it's really rewarding.
She used to be the mayor of the hospital. Everybody used to call me the mayor. Until now,